I have found the perfect center build for me. I'm showing you guys how to make it. So first you're gonna want to go center, and then height goes 6'11". I want to make a build that I can use both in the rec and in the park, and at 6'11", I feel like I'm able to do both. I also want a build that's fast and can get a ton of rebounds and a ton of blocks, and the only way to do that is to go 6'11" with a 7'9" wingspan. I've seen a lot of people go like 7'1" with like a 7'6" wingspan, but I'd much rather go 6'11" with a 7'9" wingspan. You're so much faster, and your defense and rebounding is basically the same. Then for the weight, we're gonna go 235. This is gonna make us faster while also very strong at the same time. Now, kicking things off, we're gonna go with a 76 3-point rating. When the game first came out, I did not think we were going to be able to green with a 76 3-point rating. But let me be very clear, you can green consistently with a 76 3-point rating. It's honestly kind of dumb. At first, I did kind of struggle on this build, but then I found the jump shot that I'm using. And let me just tell you guys, it is so consistent. Like, honestly, I didn't even know if I wanted to give you guys this jump shot. Also, a lot of people just sag because you have crazy finishing and you have a kind of low 3-point rating, but they need to play on top of you. Like, literally, that's wide open. Nah, shooting center builds are so good. Now, before I give you guys a jump shot, let's talk about the midi real quick. I know it's pretty low, but you guys can see you can work in the mid-range area. Like, even right here, I'm hitting a midi fade. That's a confident shot I'm taking. And then here is the jump shot you guys are going to want to use. And honestly, this is the jump shot that lets me green consistently with a low 3-point rating. And if it weren't for this jump shot, honestly, this build would not be that good. Now, I'll talk about probably the worst part of this build. That is the playmaking. You're able to get 75 pass accuracy, which is really all you need. You guys see right there, I'm able to throw a steamer down court. And right now, this build's only like at an 80-something overall, but you guys see the passing is pretty solid. But enough with the passing clips. Let's talk about dribbling really quickly. I know you guys saw we have literally no dribbling on this build whatsoever. And honestly, you really shouldn't be dribbling too much because you might get ripped. But you can kind of do like little crafty drill moves that just move you into open space. And then you can just spark up a shot, or you can go to the basket and get a dunk. Oh, and speaking of dunks, let's talk about finishing real quick. We're starting off strong with an 89 driving dunk, which not only gives you post riser, but pro contacts off of 1. And you guys see we're starting things right off. First clip against someone with takeover, we're getting a contact dunk. Honestly, you definitely can get contact dunks on this build. If I'm driving to the basket, literally, bro, just get out of the way. And before I show you guys any more clips, let me just show you real quick. You're able to get a 92 standing dunk for gold fast switch and gold rise up. So you can get standing contacts as well, which is so crazy. And of course, coming off the pick and roll, you're definitely going to be a lob threat. If you guys have played on like 6'6" builds or 6'8" builds with like an 89 driving dunk, then you know it's pretty decent, but it's not the same thing when you're 6'11". Like when it comes to getting contact dunks, your finishing is infinitely better. You guys see right there, literally an and-one contact. That's so crazy. Probably the worst thing you can do on the center build is neglect defense and rebounding. But coming down here, you guys see we're gonna go with a 92 defensive rebound, which you guys see is gonna give us gold box out beast as well as gold rebound chaser. You guys see we're only getting a 75 offensive rebound, which is really not that great. When it comes to 5'5", you definitely can get offensive boards, but you won't get too many. And then when it comes to park, you can get a ton of offensive boards still. You just have to know how to box out your opponent, and you're gonna be fine, trust me. For the block, you're gonna want to go up to a 92, and you're also gonna want to go with a 77 interior defense. This is gonna give you gold anchors, so your rim protection is going to be pretty good. Then for perimeter defense, you're gonna want to go up to a 71. This is gonna give you challenger, which helps so much if you ever get switched onto a guard build, and also helps a ton in the pick and roll when you're like hedging and stuff. And for steal, literally all you need is a 60. This is gonna give you interceptor, and with a very large wingspan, you can definitely get passing and steals, which is very nice. Obviously, the rim protection is gonna be very crazy. You guys see there's a block right there, and there's another block right there. And then I go ahead, grab the board, do a few dribble moves up the court, go to open space, and then just green it. I honestly love that this build's fast and able to have pretty good perimeter defense while also having good rim protection, because so often in the park you have to guard 6'8" point guard builds with very high driving dunk, and this build can more than hold its own against those builds trying to ISO you. There's no way that guy just airball. Also, one last thing, this build's pretty strong, which is definitely very nice. All right, now I saved the physicals for last, but let's take a look at them really quickly. You guys see you're able to be pretty fast with a 72 speed and a 63 acceleration. I don't really mean like fast, but you're gonna move around the court very fluidly, and you don't really like get stuck on mud on defense or on offense. Also, you probably don't need super high acceleration in my opinion. You could go a little bit low if you wanted. 84 strength is definitely a must-have for box out beast and bulldozer. Yeah, everything else is pretty solid. Here's the full build. Please subscribe. And then you guys see the build name comes out to be an interior threat, which is kind of a boring name. If you guys are on the current gen side of things and want to make the exact same build, this is how you're gonna want to upgrade it instead. Takes are kind of up to you. You guys see what I'm going with, and then please subscribe to the channel.